Hello everybody, how's it all going? I hope you're all having a lovely Saturday. Kuski said, I don't love boxers, but you're special. Thank you, Kuski. That means a lot to me. And Slade the Black Mage said, so this is the gun show. Yes, yes it is. This is a continuation of last week's. I think it was last week. Was it last Saturday? Has it been a week? Or has it been 2? I am not very good with time. Apparently. So yeah, last week we were making a bunch of guns. Here they all are. And I asked you guys to come up with some names, and we did a vote for this beautiful big one here. And the name that has won is the Oathkeeper. So I'm gonna just throw this down here. The Oathkeeper. There we go. So thank you very much for everybody that took part and was voting on the different gun names and stuff like that over on the Random Fandom Discord. That's really awesome. I ended up making it where, so one of the suggestions was the Conqueror that didn't win, and I've named that this one here. It has been a week. Okay, thank you very much. It's been a week. Fantastic. I'm not great at timekeeping. I suffer from chronic insomnia, so days blend together. And then I lose track of where I am. So yeah, I've named this one the Conqueror. And I've named this one over here the Thunderhead, with it being a railgun. So I've named this one the Thunderhead. And I think the one that's sort of like the double Thunderhead type of looking thing here will rename to being something. I can't remember what Thor's hammer's called. Is it like, it's like 𝗕𝗢𝗦𝗖𝗢 or something like that. I'm not sure of the spelling, but I think that's what we'll name this one. And then, yeah, I think that's all of the guns named at that point. Now, there was another name, if you're on the Random Fandom Discord, that people liked, and I had a few people suggest this name, or rather want this name for this gun here, and that name was the Hand of Mercy, which is a really awesome name. I really, really like it. I liked it so much that I was sad that it didn't win. Don't get me wrong. I love the name, the Oathkeeper. But I wasn't... As much as I love the name, the Oathkeeper, my personal favorite was... it's got a weird... weird spelling for that hammer. I will look it up. I will add that in. But my personal favorite was the Hand of Mercy. Now, I think it was Humphreys in last week's stream suggested that I could put a gun on one of my little small crab bots, but a lot of these guns are just way too big to sit on them. Also, I've been working on some steampunk versions of my sci-fi robots. We may do some of those in today's stream. We'll steampunk it up a little bit. But anyway, you may remember that I tried putting a gun on to one of the crab bots and it didn't look quite right. So I have created the Hand of Mercy. So this here is the Hand of Mercy. This is a big sci-fi tank type thing. We have 2 double guns on the front, massive. We have basically the Oathkeeper on the top of the Hand of Mercy. That's essentially now just a part of the Hand of Mercy. And then on the back, we have 2 side guns, by the way, 2 little sort of like anti-flanks. And then on the back, we have like its stinging tail. Now this gun on the back is a working gun. So if I just jump into Spectator a second and head inside. If we stand up here and just spam opening and closing this. Yeah, it fires it fires fire charges out. So that there is its stinging tail. We have basically this like flame throwing fire charge firing thing, so you can kind of get it to go pretty quick. I think I could maybe make that fire faster by just putting another observer face in that one, and then piston pushing it into place, and that would be the action. So you would kind of push the button or pull a lever and it would just slide the thing along and sort of kick this off. But you can see them all firing out the back there, just about. There you go, there's some fire flying off into the distance. So yeah, that one's a working gun out the back. But yeah, this is what I've been sort of working on. This is was suggested by Humphreys. So thank you very much, Humphreys, for the suggestion. I don't remember who came up with the name, the Hand of Mercy. But it's Jonathan. Oh, okay. Well, I didn't know this, Kuski. I'm really sorry. I will amend this. Oh, wait. Has a H in there as well, does it? Beautiful. I don't think anyone could argue that that is definitely Jonathan. Yes, Humphrey suggested this. Thank you very much to Humphreys for making the suggestion. I don't remember who came up with the name Hand of Mercy at all off the top of my head, but that as a combination just made me think big evil walking tank. So that's what we've made. I will eventually release all of these artillery guns. I'm going to do a video on them. I'll go through some of the design elements and stuff like that, as well as the names. And if I can remember who came up with what name, I will also give them a shout out in the video. And I will showcase the Hand of Mercy a little bit more. I'm pretty sure the only one that doesn't have a name now that we've got a name for Jonathan, is this one and this one. So we have basically we have the Hellcat, and then we have this smaller one, which I don't really know what to. I'll name that at some point, and then like the sort of more traditional sci-fi-ish cannon-looking thing there. I think they're the only ones that don't have names now, if memory serves. Yes, and then over here we have our robots. Back behind this, we have a little spoiler because I've been working on an update to 𝗙𝗢𝗓𝗏. So this is the updated 𝗙𝗢𝗓𝗏 that I'll be building in the next Random Craft episode. Actually, I'll be building, because Charles was just a very quick sort of thing. He was never supposed to be a character. This is the original Charles. He's an ugly machine. And it was only supposed to just be like a little side bit of him reprimanding me in episode 6 or 7. I was never supposed to have it as like an actual character, but it made me laugh a lot that like 𝗙𝗔𝗦𝗖𝗔 wasn't in control of his own life, that there was like this robot sort of parent, like nanny or au pair, that that dictated what he could and couldn't do. But it was very quickly made. And I think it was based off of something that I made back in like 2013 or 2014. So also just block-wise was pretty primitive. So we did an update to Charles. This will be the new Charles. So this one over here is the Charles Alpha, and this is Charles Omega. This is the Omega Charles. So I'll build that in the next Random Craft episode. And then we have 𝗙𝗢𝗜𝗛𝗏 Mark 1, which I think I built the first one of that back in 2015. And then a 𝗙𝗏𝗏 update, so that's Mark 2. And then we have some of our little PRAs, Personal Robotic Assistants, or PRA for short. We have like 3 of those there. And then we have the Strider, the 𝗥𝗏𝗧𝗏, and of course BigBot. Oh, I'm thinking that at some point I'll do a rework of BigBot, or an update, sort of similar to what we did for Charles, and the 𝗥𝗏𝗧𝗏? No, the 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏. It's still pretty early here, so apologies if I make any mistakes. So I posted my robots up onto Reddit, and a few people commented and said they would like to see steampunk versions of them, right? So I ended up making this. I think the main offender for that was 𝗥𝗔𝗡𝗔𝗗, who's now on the Random Fandom Discord. So shout out to Eric for this monstrosity that I've made here. But they attempted to make some of my PRAs as steampunk robots. And I thought it would be fun to join them in on that. Like, join them and try and do a couple of myself. Dr. Yes, the 𝗥𝗙𝗢𝗔𝗗. A lot of my... a lot of my inspiration comes from Dr. Robotnik. He is a absolute legendary villain. But no, it was called the 𝗥𝗙𝗢𝗔𝗗. I built this. So if this here's the 𝗥𝗙𝗢𝗔𝗗. It's deactivated at the moment. If I was to take that out and put that in there, you can hear it ticking. Hopefully you can hear that behind the music. So, I built this in retaliation to 𝗕𝗏𝗏, who put loads of chickens at my base in Random Craft Season 1. So she threw loads and loads of chickens down at my base, and I wanted to get my own back, but I needed to do it in a very scientific way. So I created the 𝗥𝗙𝗢𝗔𝗗. So the idea was that I filled up this 4 double chests, and I'd fill them up with eggs, and when an egg hits one of these end rods, it almost always creates a chicken. Now, if you're interested in seeing it, I think there's under random clips on my channel, I think there's a video that's called it might be called The Scientist's Revenge. It's just a short clip. It's either called like The Scientist's Revenge or it might just be called the 𝗥𝗙𝗢𝗔𝗗 actually. And you can see it in action. I'm not going to do it here because it will... I mean, it does a lot of chickens. Like, it's really efficient because of the end rods. So the eggs hit that end rod immediately and almost always create a chicken. So in the video, it's just like a string of chickens going all the way down, and there was hundreds upon hundreds of chickens at her base. But yeah, that's what the 𝗥𝗙𝗢𝗔𝗗 was created for. It was a fun build. I enjoyed making it, and it was hysterically funny to watch it working. I didn't think it would work as efficiently as it did. We played quite a few pranks on each other in Random Craft, and normally it's me and 𝗕𝗏𝗏 that go too far with it. But I didn't think this would be as efficient as it was, and I built it above her base. And then I think I set it on a timer, so it was set to trigger when she arrived, like when she got there. So like it had like essentially like a dead man switch. So once the chunk was loaded, it had a timer, and then once that chunk was reloaded, it would start a timer and then kick into working and never stop. And yeah, I set that up above her base, and I genuinely, it's one of the ones that I apologized for because I didn't think it would be as efficient as it was. There's also a video on the cleanup that 𝗕𝗏𝗏 had to do over on her channel because it was a lot of chickens. So I think what we're gonna do is have a go at making, maybe have a go at making some steampunk robots, and possibly even some steampunk guns, because we've been doing a lot of sci-fi. I normally do a lot of sci-fi, right? So we've got our sci-fi guns here, sci-fi robots. We have obviously the 𝗙𝗢𝗏𝗏𝗏. We have sci-fi spacecraft going all the way along here. We have the Raptor back over there. We have, I don't know what that is. I have no idea what that is. And then we have some junker vehicles that I started making a while back. But we don't normally do steampunk. We did the stuff over at Copperhead Creek, and I made the airship, which isn't in this. To be honest, I shouldn't really be making steampunk in this area. I think it should probably go in the fantasy area, but would make them here and then I'll move them across. So one thing that I'm definitely going to need is a different custom head. So let me just give myself a command block. Pop. Just put that there and get a button. Alright, let me have a little look and see what head would be good. Now, has anybody here done much steampunk in the past? Because there are, if you remember last week, we were talking about what is sci-fi, like what defines sci-fi, right? And steampunk is the same. It's exactly the same. There's things that define it, and there's different subgenres as well to steampunk. There's diesel punk, which technically isn't steampunk anymore, but it used to be like a subcategory of it, right? So have a little look here. Kind of like that. Let's find maybe 2 different heads. Maybe. I'll just find one, just for speed. I can always change them up, change it up for another one at another point. Let me just find a good head. Always difficult. Oh, I like that one. This one pleases me. Good. That's what we want. So let's just copy that, and then we can jump back into the game. I think 𝗤𝗢𝗏 is close to steampunk. Yeah, the whole like electropunk sort of vibe. Yeah, it's there's a lot of really cool subgenres to steampunk. One of my favorites is called Gaslight Romance, and it's sort of like just on the cusp, essentially, of like it's a reimagination of just discovering gas essentially, like using natural gases to create street lights and stuff. Hence why Gaslight Romance. Let me have a look. I think so. I can't really use the blast furnace for the like front chest section because it's too. I think the smoker might be a better choice. If we were to be recreating this one, let's recreate this one. Let's do it here. So the grindstone would have to stay the same, right? As would the anvil. I don't think there's another like block that is shaped similarly to the anvil that would be a better color match. I don't think so anyway. Maybe there is. I'm sure if there is, one of you reprobates will let me know. Grindstone. Let's get rid of that. We don't need that. And I shouldn't need that or that anymore either. Let's just grab any block. It doesn't really matter. I just need a temp block to put in. Get rid of that. Better if I use the other thing. That way. So I think that is a better block because the brownness and it still has the little tank. And I think when we put the head on here. I think the smoker. I think you're right. I think the smoker is the closest. But when you put the head on, we should get like a little bit of this trim. I think maybe come through. Cheers and salutations, 𝗙𝗔𝗓. Nice work so far. Hey, welcome to the stream, Gamer Fox. I hope you're having a really nice day, man. So we'll put that there like that. So this is why does it look like he's like brr? And then we'll put a couple of these on. And the upside is with the smoker design that kind of at least blends a little bit better, I think. Because like on this bit, like having those little bits that are wood. Oh, and then see, I wish they'd put in smooth sandstone walls because it would make me happy if they did. or just copper. Yeah, copper blocks and lightning rods I think are definitely going to come in handy. I think one of the other things I'm going to need real quick as well, let's just get rid of those. I don't need them on me right now. I think one of the other things that I'm going to need is these here. So these are some copper pipe bits. We have one that's got like a... Let's do that the other way around. Hang on. Put that there. The sun's facing this way. There we go. So we have one there. It's got like a little fan bit. And then this one here, which is just like a pipe. And they're also custom heads. But they should, color-wise, hopefully, they should go with that. They do. Good. That's what I want. Because I used those on this. So we have like the ones on the front there as like little gun barrels, and on the side as yeah, little bits and pieces. Going good. About to jump into doing some work myself. Have fun. Oh, well, thank you for dropping by. As a short-lived. Oh my god, my head. What has happened to my poor face? I hope you have fun. Okay, so we have a rough recreation for like a very quick thrown together thing. That's not come out as bad as what I thought it was going to. That one's going to be harder, right? Because the hopper design kind of locked into using black. This one, on the other hand, this one should be a lot easier to recreate. That should literally just be 1, 2, 3. Actually, let's use let's use a copper block for that. I think it'll look nicer. I want it to be waxed though. So I'm using visual waxed blocks. Just for anybody that's like, well, all these little yellow lines. It's visual waxed blocks. It's one of the vanilla tweaks things. Whoop. Yes, I think it was vanilla tweaks. I don't know. I get confused. There's some things that I've made as well, so I'm pretty sure that's one of their things. So then this goes on the front there like that. Ah, oh, look how glorious that looks. Oh, I don't think we'll put the gem on the top. I think on the back of this we had the... Yeah, we had that. But maybe on the back we could do... We could do like the little fan blade. And then on the sides we can do some acacia signs. Maybe? Yeah, maybe do acacia signs. Can we get away with acacia signs? Are they going to look a bit too... No, that's probably the closest we're going to get. So let's just... I want circles. Okay, so we've got like a rivety sort of look. And then we'll just do a series of these. Okay, and then we'll go copy sign. Around here. Paste sign. Some glow ink. And I think just grey? I think just grey dye. I don't want them to be like really standouty. Yeah, that's better. Just little like metal rivets and plates on the sides. Like that. And then, see, do I want to put that on the top? Okay, no, I do actually really like that one. So that one was really easy to steampunk up. Custom heads coming in to save the day. I don't know if I like this one on the back though, because it kind of looks a bit like it makes him look a bit too tubey. Tubey. Tubey is a word, I promise. Tubular. That makes him look too tubular. The problem is with the word tubular is it makes me think of surfers. So I don't like using it. So there we go. We have a steampunk version of that one. Yeah, I think I might switch that. I think I might switch I might do that. I think that looks nicer. Just from doing that. I do like the smoker, but yeah, I think that is nicer. See, if I was using like armor stance and stuff, I would embed that into his chest. So it was just this little section here, these 2 pixels at the end, this cap that was sticking out. But I'm trying to keep that stuff to a minimum when I'm doing these things. So I won't use them. But I might do like a separate video on doing those at another point, maybe. One thing we could do though, to add a little bit of detail to that, would be, do I have them over in my chest of niceness? I can tell you now I do not. So that's good. I can sort that. That's fine. So I'm going to want to give myself some of them, or at least one. Oh, helps if I don't put a dot or a thing in front of it. There we go. So I've got that. That's going to come in handy. And I'm going to need a loom. This is going to make sense. If you've watched my banner hacks video, that's essentially what we're doing. We're going to make the little sort of readout for up here. So let's go and get a banner. Now, ordinarily I use black, and I think I might use grey for this, so we can tie in some of the grey tones elsewhere. We want loom. We'll get some dyes is what we need. So we want, I think we'll go with light blue. And then we'll go with light grey as opposed to white. So I can kind of, I'm trying to get like thinner tones to this. And then dark grey. I think they're the only colours I need. Good. So put that in there. So the first thing I want to do is the brick texture. And then I want to use this to put lines running through that. Do 2 lots. Oh, it's not that one. It's the one that's like half. Wherever that is. There. And then a frame all the way around. Cool. And then a crafting table. And a... what's the I think, shield. So I was streaming yesterday? No, day before yesterday with Shalon doing the Terrify 2. And somebody was saying, hey, why don't you use shields? And the answer to that is relatively simple. I have played... there we go. That adds just that little touch of detail so it isn't just a big block. I've played Minecraft for so long that I've played since before shields were a thing. And I don't find that they help me that much. Like, when you get used to not having them, you find ways, like, it's not like they made the mobs more difficult, right? They didn't make any of the mobs more tricky to kill. They didn't make them more powerful and deal more damage. So if you're used to killing them without a shield, just having like, well, like this in the corner of your screen, right? Like, that just eats up that section of it. Just annoys me. It just upsets me. So I just don't use them. I use them for decorating, and that's pretty much it. All right, so we have two of the smaller robots. So we have 2 PRAs. This one is pretty much just this, but floating. So that's not really going to be that difficult to do, is it? We'll put that there. 1 block higher. Okay, put that on the top. I think what we might do, though, we'll try. I don't know. This might look... Oh, no, because I think the pipe's going to be in the right direction. To be honest. I was going to say we could try and put it where the exhaust fan was down there, but I don't think it would work. Pick block. One of the best features of Minecraft. And I'm still amazed. Like, every now and then I'll meet a builder. And they're amazing builders. Some of the people that I know of, like, and just, they're really good. I mean, just really, really good builders. And they just won't have ever heard of pick block, which I find astounding. But there we go. Okay, oh. That way around? Yeah, that way around. And then we need to give him the... Because this one's holding the stun baton, as I referred to it, I think, in the video. See, again, if I was using the armor stand thing, armor stand data pack, I'd probably put a shield in this hand. So it looked like he was sort of like had a shield and a staff. And that would be a nice feature. We will give that one a pipe on his back, though, because it entertains me. So the only one that I've not done is this one, and that's just because observers... There is no other alternate colour of an observer. And if we removed that head and we put one of these heads on, it's just one of these, right? It's just got hopper arms instead of the other bits. So, there we go. That is three little steampunk robots. I like how they came out. They're not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I think I'll probably change out the walls. Yeah, if Mojang could add in like copper walls, that'd be great. That'd help me out a ton. But I might change those out for like cobblestone or something. What's another wall type that wouldn't look hideous? Oh, we could maybe swap them out for polished deep slate. Just as opposed to going like light, just going like super dark with it. Kind of blend in, make it look like the hoppers sort of like supposed to match in a little bit more. Okay, so that's what that one looks like. What does it look like with these? Okay, I think for now my personal preference is the deep slate, so I'm just going to put them as that. Yeah, I think that's my preferred one. I may end up revisiting it, but you know. Hey 𝗙𝗢𝗚, how's it going? Hope you're having a nice Saturday, man. We are steampunking some of my robots, as was requested by a couple of people on Reddit. So slightly more impromptu stream today. So yeah, but yeah, we've got the 3 PRAs. I'm not going to do that one. Like I said, I think that it just wouldn't. I don't think it would look right. But we may try. You know. No, I just don't think it would work, guys. I don't think it would work. We're going to move on to doing a different one. Steampunking the 𝗥𝗏𝗧, though. Now that one's going to be... That one's going to be tricky. But probably easier than doing Big Bot, right? Yeah. Alright. So, how would one steampunk this up? Or we'd probably put these as copper. These sections, similar to the 𝗥𝗏𝗧, so would do the majority in copper, like two-tone wood. These bits would definitely be wood. Because I think wooden blades just... They entertain me when I see, like, wooden sort of helicopter blades and stuff like that. It reminds me of, like, old Spitfire-looking things. And then the center bits we would probably put as copper as well. Probably. Yeah. That makes some sense. I think. It makes enough sense. Let's put it that way. It makes enough sense. So let's just grab this. Throw it in here for a moment. So eventually I'll move these over to a different world because they don't belong in sci-fi world with them being steampunk. But for now we good. We good. Okay, so actually let's put down a chest and put some of these heads that I don't think I'm going to need away so I don't accidentally get rid of them. Because if I get rid of them, I'm going to be sad. Okay, let's put those in there. And then, because I don't have a copy of that. Alright, so I'm going to need a bunch of copper. Because that's like one of the key defining features of steampunk, I guess, is just lots and lots of copper. Copper and dark sort of woods and things like that. So we've got those three. Get some of those on the go as well. And yeah, we'll replace the end rods with lightning. I mean, you could do. You'd be wrong to do that. But you could. So, 𝗕𝗢𝗫𝗛𝗛 is one of those gentlemen that builds creatively without understanding the form. He has a lot to learn in terms of form building. But I'm gonna do a video on that at some point so that people can learn a little bit more on form. Hey, Marcelesco? I want to say Marcelesco. Could be Marcelesco. Apologies on the pronunciation, my dude. But hey, welcome to the stream. Okay, so we'll do that. That's definitely an update, right? So let's just replace those. I think what we're going to do is that on these outer bits, just to add a little bit of tastiness there, and then we might do the same on the top. But I'm not too sure yet. We'll come to that when we get there. We'll have a little look. Oh, I might do that as a wooden trim, actually. Marcelesco. Oh, cool. I didn't completely fail as much as I thought I would then, and I appreciate that. Pretty good. We are making we're making steampunk versions of my sci-fi robots, as was suggested by a couple of people on Reddit. Just having a little bit of fun, just a nice chilled Saturday. Because I think that's what everybody needs in their life now. It's a little bit more chill. Do I want that? Do I want that? Oh, I like that. Oh, do I want them? I don't want them. That I don't want. I find it's much easier to find what I don't like in Minecraft than what I do like. Okay. How else do I add levers for articulated heads? Creativity. Okay, hang on. Okay, let's come over here. This section of the stream is called Educating Sir 𝗕𝗢𝗛 on the Fundamentals of Physics. Absolutely terrible scientist. Genuinely. I mean, just really bad. Okay, so this is an upper slab. Upper slab is good. Upper slab is godly. The reason for that is, so we put in our little plus shape. Everybody's seen this on my Sci-Fi episode, I imagine, that's here. And then we put these in like that. And let's grab, pop, like that. Put that there. And then pull those out. So that there is a drone. Very, very simple. But that there is a drone. Using an upper slab. If you use lower slabs... Go one higher up there. If you use a lower slab like this, you have to put them here, right? Because it's either there or it's there. They're your options. either not connected, like that, or lower down. So this one here, just the aerodynamics, just they aren't right. It's like having something like much lower down aerodynamically isn't great. This one though, the rotor blades for a drone are extremely light. It's the same with absolutely anything. The rotor blades are one of the lightest features. The payload, the heavy section, is in the center. Now if you build it like this, it technically would always flip the other way up anyway, because it would just turn over. The other issue that you would have with it is when it lands, the very expensive rotor blade sections would be the first thing to come into contact with the ground. So we just don't do them like this. It's the same reason that helicopters have the blades on the top, not the bottom. And the same reason that drones are designed like this, with the central part slightly lower than they are like this. Because doing it like this causes issues. It's just, not good. This section here, being the heaviest, this is where the battery and stuff would be, all of the mechanical parts, is always going to be heavier than the blades. If the blades are also really heavy, it's not going to take off. So this section here, with this bit being the most weighted part, is always going to want to flip upside down and be this way around anyway. And that is why we use upper slabs, because it is part of the halo effect. It's what makes it believable. Everybody has like a preconceived thing of what's saleable in their mind. Okay, so here we're back on this, and I am going to need... I think we'll put those in like that. And then we'll use... Ooh, I think we'll use spruce. We'll try and use spruce. Yeah. Now, the problem is I need to get them to go the other way. I want them to go the other way. So I'm going to need to do that and then attach it to that, right? Or apparently no. Is it this side? I can never remember which direction the things like to go for the... Aha! Yes, it's that one. Okay. I have to do that on both of them. That's better. And we'll do the same on all of the other bits. You have an explanation for all that, but it would still take too long to type. Okay, but your explanation would be invalid because you can't argue physics. Physics is physics. You can be creative and you can come up with like reasons for why things would be a certain way, and I do it all the time. But if you're making stuff for people and things like this, the halo effects can be a real pain in the ass, and it's something that used to affect me heavily when I used to do design work professionally. Just because you're trying to explain to somebody it doesn't have to be like that, and they have this preconceived notion in their head of how it should look purely because of how society dictates things should be done. If anybody is wondering what the halo effect is, and I've just confused people, shame on you. No. The halo effect is... the best way of me explaining the halo effect would be an apple, right? So if I showed you a photograph of two apples, and one was bruised, and one was really shiny, really crisp, clean looking, and I asked you which one was the better apple, you would always say the crisp, shiny one. It's built into us, this crisp, shiny apple. It looks fresh. We have this thing in our head, fresh. But there's a couple of issues with that. One, I've not stated what that apple is going to be used for. So if you're making something like cider, you actually probably want the one that's got bruises and stuff like that. It's probably an apple that has more sugars in it. The second thing is, if there is an apple that is extremely shiny, apples aren't naturally actually shiny. That's something that we've done that we often we wax an apple. We coat it. And it's something that we're so used to seeing. It's something that's been pushed on us so much that now when you see an apple that looks shiny, we're like, ooh, fresh. But that isn't what an apple's like. If you're walking around in a field that has apples in it, you'll know this. It's they don't look like that. They're not like that at all. They're not shiny. At least, well, not as shiny as they are in a supermarket. There we go. So we get these like bits that are like attached to our perception of things that we see. And we make these snapshot decisions based on what's sort of drilled into our minds. And that is called the halo effect. But they affect other things as well, such as physics. You don't have to really know physics to know that something doesn't look right. A good example of that would be a couple of the superhero movies where when they land, you're like, that looked janky, but you don't know why. It just doesn't look right. It doesn't look natural. Odds are is you're not, somebody who has studied physics. I mean, you might be. Heck, I don't know. But most people aren't going to be like that. But you're still going to see it, right? You're still going to notice it. Gyroscopes could keep something from flipping over. However, in relation to things like drones, you are constantly fighting weight. So gyroscopes in terms of air and aerodynamics just aren't something that tend to be done. Certainly not on small aircraft. If you've got something, say, like big that's like this, you could put a gyroscope in there to kind of do that. There we go. Yeah, it all comes down to physics and how we perceive what is possible. It's quite often why elements from fantasy stuff is still. There we go. Elements from fantasy stuff is still takes parts from real life, right? It's just part of what we do. So that goes there. Like that. And then we put those in like so. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, bop. Beautiful. And then we'll do some stairs down here, because I think it just looks a little bit nicer with those bits covered in. Like that, I think. So we'll do that, and then fill those sections in, and there. Did I do that one on this one over here? Ah, I thought I'd missed it. You know, I just had this feeling like I'd missed it. 𝗙𝗢𝗜𝗛𝗓 says, also making the camera heavy enough could stabilize it. Having the blades fold into land on the sides works. Don't get me wrong, love learning from you, but I like pushing and seeing what I can get away with. Okay, so putting the blades on the side and having them where they fold in, that would cause it would cause an aerodynamic disturbance, which would cause it to have issues, because it is impossible to have things millimeter perfect on fold in and out. So the larger something is, yeah, that millimeter difference makes less, causes less problems. But the smaller something gets, a millimeter out, it's a bit like on a compass. So if you're looking at a compass and you're looking for north, right? Even if you're 2 millimeters out over a short distance, it's not that much. But over a long distance, you can end up 10, 20, 30 miles away from where you're intending to go. It's the same but in reverse for doing aerodynamics. The smaller something is, that millimeter difference can swing it off. So as it goes to land, as things are folding up, if even a hailstone touches one of those blades or a drop of rain, it's going to knock it off ever so slightly. And rather than it sort of coming down nice and smoothly to land as they fold up, they're going to start folding up and then it's just going to swing and swerve, just yaw to the left massively and just go flying to the left. Which is why we don't really do it with real life drones. I think a couple of the bigger ones might have folding ones, but I think they're military based things. and they're much larger, which is why I was saying you can get away with it the larger something becomes. There we go, and then we'll add in... Did I get rid of those? I think I got rid of them. Do that, and put these in like this. Now, the bits at the bottom... Didn't mean to do that. I don't know whether... Did I put it as an end rod on that one? No, I've left them all as... I've left them all as end rods. I've not replaced any with lightning rods. I will investigate that after, I think. At the moment, let's just get the all of the blades up. Okay, we need these putting back in for that section. One there and one here. And one meow like this. Oh, and one there. And one over here. There we go. Get rid of them. Okay, so that there is the rotor blade sections done. But I kind of wish there was a bit of glowage, which is the technical term, on there. I think what we'll do is do this. Get rid of them. Get rid of those bits there, and then replace this with a streamlight. Boing. And then cover that over with a acacia trapdoor. I think it's probably going to be the best thing to use. One there, and one there, and... Oh, I didn't do this one. Cool. And one there. Because eventually we're probably going to pull this section out anyway. Replace that bit a little bit. We don't need... Technically, we don't need these chests or anything like that on the front, so we'll make some changes down there. Okay, well, I'm kind of happy with how that's sort of coming out. I don't think I replaced any of the blocks on this, though, so let's just do that. Well, I could say luminosity, but, you know, I already struggle to relate to human beings on a sort of human-to-human level, so I try and not use ridiculous words if I can get away with it. Could use the word luminosity. I want something with a higher luminosity than the other thing. But glowage. Glowage is a more fun word to say. Sometimes you just have to use a funner word. Sorry, that's a little joke for myself there, because funner is not a word. It would be more fun. Okay, so... I think... Yeah, I think on this we replaced... Yeah, we replaced those. So, I like this section. Like, when we replace that, so... want that to have that nice boiler look like we did on the other one, because I think that's going to look really nice doing that. And then we'll use a light. Yeah, I think we use the lighter. I think we use a mix, actually. Okay, well, you know, when in doubt, shut up and get on with it. Let's get rid of that for a moment. 𝗥𝗢𝗓's looking nice in steampunk form, or a funner form of drone. I don't know what you mean by this. Nod and smile, boys. Okay, there we go. And then I'm going to want some of these. Oh, I'm one block too far. There we go. Just fill. I think that was there, right? I think that one was like that. Were they like this? I think they were. And then just a block in the middle. Have that in for like that for now. So just going with 𝗕𝗢𝗫𝗛𝗔𝗗 looking a funner form of drone. ... question mark. I do not know. I do not understand his tones. He must be talking in panda. Okay, there we go. So we'll probably make this bit copper. Although maybe we'll use. I'll tell you what. We'll use deep slate for the central bit to kind of make it look like it's cold, like what's the stuff called? Soot. So it kind of looks like it's got like heavy soot damage around the edge. I think that's gonna, because if that bit's like a boiler section, technically it would have some soot damage. This one's going to be easier to clean because it's like always on the ground. But if this one goes up into the air, there's going to be like large times where it probably doesn't really get cleaned that often. So I'll probably use some deep slate in there. Well, the next question is, what deep slate do we want to use? I might just use a mix actually, between cobbled and polished. That one there, and that one there, and then stairs, polished, and cobbled. There we go. 𝗕𝗢𝗫𝗛𝗠 says, not a panda. I think the lady doth protest too much. Certainly a panda. That's an upside down stair. Facing that way, right? Yes? Let's just get rid of that. That'll be the same over here, right? Yeah. These bits we'll put in copper? Yes, those bits we'll put in copper. Let's get rid of them. So these are supposed to go in like that. Actually, I think they might have gone that way before. I think that's how they were on the original version of this. Bum, 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 bum. Yes. Is how they were. There we go. To do that, and then we'll replace these. It's going to get rid of them, but don't worry, we'll put them back in. We'll put them back in. It's not an issue. Nobody panic. Okay, there we go. And we'll do that. Wall-wise, we're going to leave those there for now. I might replace them with wooden fences, but for now I'm going to leave them alone. These bits here are going to go into being deep slate, though, I think. For now. Again, that is subject to change, I'm not going to lie. Oh, I didn't get rid of them, did I? No. Oh, what was the pan? 2 out and then 1 in. So we're gonna have to do like, because I don't want this to be like a functioning 𝗥𝗚𝗦𝗖. I want this to be more of a large steampunk drone. Or flying automaton, I think would probably be the word that they would use. Do you use your drones, robots, etc. in big builds? And if yes, how far are those worlds? Yes, I do use drones and robots and stuff like that in my actual builds just to bring them to life. They're not actually. So this is the build world. This is a server that the randoms use called 𝗥𝗢𝗚𝗏. This is where I build a bunch of stuff. All of my actual builds are actually over on randomcraft. But yeah, the like the Raptor is over. It's switches over here. Let's just go to spectator because it's a lot easier and I can speed up my flying. Here we go. So this here is the Raptor, and that is on my air platform on randomcraft, and I have 𝗙𝗢𝗜𝗛𝗏 at my new base on randomcraft, the Mark II. Charles, the original Charles, the Alpha Charles, is currently at my base on randomcraft, and 𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏 is 𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏's at my old base on randomcraft. I've still not found a good home for him to live at yet at the new 118 base now that I've moved. There's also a version of this, but without all of the stuff on it, because this is the Hand of Mercy, but the bottom section is what's called the 𝗕𝗢𝗏𝗏𝗏 shard, and it normally has a dome on the top, similar to 𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏, and it's sort of like a moving base of operations for 𝗕𝗢𝗏𝗏𝗏, which is like the scientific sort of research company that 𝗕niGMA as a character owns. He's the sole employee of 𝗕𝗢𝗏𝗏𝗏. The robots are in control of it. So yeah, I do tend to build them for my survival worlds, which can be a real pain to build some of this stuff out in survival. For these smaller things, it's not so bad, but for 𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏 is definitely, that one was a little bit more challenging because I covered this in the video. I think I covered it in the video, but it has this huge engine that sits underneath it. So this whole section from here over to here is all just one sort of big engine. And I had to look at like a lot of pictures of engines. I don't drive. I'm not allowed to drive. So I don't really know engines all that well, like the structure of them. If I owned a car, I am the sort of person that would take the whole thing apart. I have to know how things work. But so I had to look at like a lot of pictures of engines and stuff like that to try and build that central part for underneath 𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. And then yeah, that's it. On randomcraft it houses. Oh yeah, no, I don't do small builds. I think 𝗥𝗏𝗏𝗏 and the shard, that machine over there, are the two smallest builds of mine, I think, on randomcraft. Most of my builds are sort of a few 100,000 blocks. I think my main base on randomcraft, I think, is somewhere around 300,000, I think, for my main base at the moment. I'd have to double check that number, but if memory serves, which it really does, in honesty, it really does serve me. Okay, so that, and that, yeah, it should be good. So let's just replace all of this to start off with wood. Not all going to stay exactly the same, but for now, let's replace it all. We'll change it up after, but I just want to get like a good general look at how it is without having any of this white stuff. Oh, that's going to be deep slate as well. Hi, PG. I'm going to call you Bruno. Bruno Rexy. Bruno Rexy is here. He's very sexy. Sorry, I couldn't help that. I apologize. Welcome to the stream, man. Hope you're having a nice day. Okay, so let's just replace those. Oh, you know, that has glowage in it. Maybe we'll just do that as a whole vent at the back as well. Maybe we will. Maybe we will. We'll see. We'll see. How are you today, Bruno? Are you having a nice day? I should hope so. It is a glorious Saturday. It is a day for chilling out. We are building steampunk versions of my robots. That was a stair going this way. And then that one goes there. I'm gonna end up making a song on my SoundCloud now that's just called Bruno Rexy's Very Very Sexy or something. I can sense it's gonna happen. Just some proper like German techno. Just some real German sounding techno. Or trance. Just gonna take a nice sip of refreshing water. Always stay hydrated, guys. Nothing will kill your brain faster. Okay. So that's it all as one bit. Let's just... That can get away from me. And do that on the top. So that's it all in one bit. Do you know, on the 𝗙𝗢𝗜𝗚 Mark II, I did like a fin at the back, and I might do that here. So this bit here, look, I did that, and then I put the boiler bit in. But if I do that, but put a smoker in the center, I think we can get away with that. Let's get rid of them. I can put them in. Like there. If I replace that with... Oh, I don't know if that's going to wrap around though if I do that. But if I was to put a smoker in there... Yeah, see, that doesn't... It's not going to work because of the bit. I'd have to do that, I guess. Okay, that's good. I'm fine with that. I'm cool with that. And some of these... Is that, yeah, like this one here? No, we can't really get rid of those though, because it's... The only one you can get rid of is that one. And we already have like 3 barrels in there, so it doesn't really make sense to do that. Alright, let's put one there. One there to kind of add a little bit more shape and form in. Right, now we've got to figure out how we're going to do... I'm from Switzerland, so my grammar is not too great, but my day went well. Man, Switzerland is such a beautiful country, though. So what you might lack in grammar, you make up in awesomeness in terms of geographical location. What a beautiful country. It's a lot like England, but not horrible. By which I mean, it's not like England. I absolutely love mountains, though. Like, I'm a huge lover of mountains. I like doing a lot of snowboarding and skiing, mountain climbing, and just trekking in general, orienteering and stuff. So, yeah, Switzerland is just, yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful place. Super nice. I discovered you recently. Oh, nice. So you're new around here. There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, I think we're going to change up some of the blocks here for darker ones, maybe? I don't know, or we could just do copper. Maybe I'll make... What if I do this run here as copper, and then this whole top section as copper, like a copper top? That might look nice. Yeah, I did. I did steal Switzerland's mountains for Random Craft Season 1. I say I did. I didn't. It was the drones. Apologies, that might confuse you, Bruno. Random Craft has, like, some roleplay elements. When it got to Christmas, I was taking a break. So, but I was still doing stuff on the server, but I wasn't recording. So I had it where the drones had stolen the mountains from Switzerland and built them at my base as a way of explaining why I didn't show it. Yes, I still play on an SMP along with Sir Derpal, Nimril, Lag Monster, the Magician, 𝗙𝗢𝗦𝗖𝗢, Lady Peanutfish. I'm missing people. Shallan. Jesus, how the hell did I miss Shallan? We all play on an SMP together. We also have three new players that are going to be joining us for Season 2. Absolute Grace, Claire, 1593. I've remembered that. And Gamer Fox, or Foxy, as I now call him, will be joining us as well. So there's a fair few of us, and we play on an SMP that we own together for making content called Random Craft. We're about a year and 4 months. Yes, we're a year and 4 months into Season 1. Season 2 will start sometime around the summer-ish. We're waiting for 119, really, more than anything. So I think what we're going to do is replace these. And then we'll replace them. We're going to need that as well. I don't know how this is going to look, guys. This might look absolutely hideous when I stand back and look at it. But, you know, we have to at least try these things, right? Like, we have to look and try and see what things will come out like. So that one there would be replaced, and then that one there as well. And then this one here, and that's where I think it would end. That's the top of the smoker, isn't it? Yes, it is. Well, it's a bit of a... Oh, there we go. It's one of those things. I make episodes for Random Craft every 2 weeks. I mostly make Random Craft episodes once every 2 weeks because a lot of the other randoms, their schedules aren't as free as mine. So that, you know, to try and make sure I don't just blast ahead. So I do other stuff as well as just Random Craft. I have a stream series that I do every second Thursday with Shallan. I have a solo series, and then all of my tutorials and guides and videos like that as well. So I try and fill up that time to be able to do more content for people. We'll put those on the top bit, just there, like where we had our old ones. We'll put those in like that, I think. Just to add a little bit of that in. So that's a nicer part there now, because it now looks like it has like a wraparound, which I like. And I think what we'll do to sell that a little bit more is we'll replace that with one as well. And the same there, and then get rid of that. Don't want that. I can go away. Replace that with them. I know that the Acacia, before anybody says, I know that Acacia trapdoors don't 100% go color-wise. Look, if you look really closely, doesn't quite go with copper. But they're the closest we've got, because Mojang won't add. They haven't added in copper trapdoors, copper pressure plates, copper doors. We have iron for all those things, but no copper. I would really, really like them to add in copper variants for those. It would really make my life a lot better if they would just do that already. Okay, I think I'm kind of happy with how this is coming out. I think it's coming out quite nice. We'll replace this bit down here with copper, I think. One 𝗲, and then we'll do one there and one there, and then I have an idea of what we're going to do on that in a second. That's definitely a stair. Okay, so this is where custom heads are going to come in handy. So I'm going to use... do I want to use encased fan or that? That's the question. Let's have a look. Because these would be... Can I use your builds for my sci-fi base? Yes, of course, yeah. No, if you've not joined the Random Fandom Discord, there's a link for it in the description. It's a great Discord. It's got all of the randoms on there, plus some absolutely amazing builders, like people that I am so thankful to be there. There's people like Sire, Sixer, just some genuinely there. Robinson, who's an amazing builder. Just really, really great builders. And if you're wanting to showcase stuff there, get advice, tips, tricks, tutorials, and stuff like that, as well as links to some just really great online resources, definitely join that. But yeah, you can use my builds in your base. If you join the Random Fandom Discord, I would love to see them. I absolutely love looking at what people do with builds. Okay, yeah, I like those. Those look nice. Do I prefer that or that? I prefer the one with the fan. 100% prefer the one with the fan. Okay, and then this bit here, I think wants to be deep slate. I think. Yes, it does. It does. That bit does want to be deep slate, so we're going to use that. Put that in there. Of course, I broke the wrong block. Because why wouldn't I? Why wouldn't I do that? There we go. And for now, I'm just going to get rid of these. On all sides, I think. Just that, then. Move that one for now as well. That, and that. That. And that. And that. Alright. We'll find nicer ways of attaching the center sort of console, center sort of area at the payload area. There we go. And they still look like they're actually attached anyway, to be honest. Still runs into it. So, not really a problem. I think if anything, that just wants to go to there. Yeah, that seems to make a lot more sense to me. That. And that goes like that. Those at the moment are facing that way. Let's put them facing that way. There we go. Okay. Let's use these. About SMPs, I think it might be perfect for my own server. So if you need to fill up your schedule even more, consider this an invitation. Yeah, definitely. Like, you have to send me a link. I like looking at them. I like looking at other SMPs, even if I don't have time to necessarily join them or anything like that. No, I'm saying I don't. I'm still looking at how my schedule's panning out for the next sort of year on YouTube. Still sort of figuring things out as I go. There we go. That just adds a little bit more dynamicness to it. But I'd definitely like to check it out. Again, Discord link below. You can hit me up through there. Okay, that's pretty cool. I like how this is coming out. The only bit that I kind of want to be able to remove those blocks. I kind of want to be able to remove those blocks. Those blocks, I'm not a fan of them. I think maybe just do that. I just broke something. What did I break? I'm always breaking something. There we go. Put that in like that. When I studied, I studied computer games design development. Quite a long time ago. And one of the technicians, there was a technician that would come around if somebody broke or damaged their computer. There was a guy that would come around called G. I'm really only saying this story in case Timesoft, who's one of my long-term friends, like I've known him for like 16 years this year. Christ. How have I put up with him for that long? But there was a guy that was called G, and he was a technician, and he would come round to fix computer, and he would fix the person's computer really fast, but he would break 3 other people's with just being clumsy. And that's kind of like what I'm like with building. Like, I'll get something built, but I'll break stuff constantly whilst I'm doing it. Do you know, I don't know if I like these top bits being copper. I think they should be deep slate. We're using deep slate in other areas, and I think that it will add a little pop to the... Yes. Yes. Yes, you get there like that. Yes. Beautiful. There we go. I think maybe... Have a little look at these. No question. Yeah, okay, cool. Make sure I try and answer people in chats. I'm trying to be a lot more active with replying back to you guys as opposed to just getting into building, because that would be a thing that I would do, right? Quite often I'd get so into my building that I just wouldn't be talking to people in chat. I'm trying to squash that. I don't like that. I'm not a fan of that. Get out of here. Do that. I don't know if I... do I like that? I don't think I do. I don't think I do like that. I liked it like that. I think we're going to leave doing this bit for now. He says, just as he has an idea. Alright, see you later, Double. Have a nice day, time, whatever it is you're up to on this day. Do I like doing that? Maybe. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. What did I break now? Would you stop breaking things? God damn it. You're so clumsy. Was it that? Oh, Christ. It wasn't that. What did I... what did I just break? Oh, it was that. I see. I see. It was that. Was it? Yes, it was that. I am a danger to myself more than anything else. I just... Alright, got that. Get out of here, you. Alright, I like it. I like it. So we've made quite a few steampunk things. I think what we should do though is do the same as what we did on that, right? Remove those and just put them in like that. No, that pleases me. Although they kind of look a bit like eyes. Kind of like a sort of eye, sort of bobbly eyes. They don't bobbly eyes. Stalk eyes, that's it. Look a bit like a stalk eye. By which you mean eyes on stalks. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that so far. Like, I think it's a good addition to the sort of steampunkiness, and it's very sort of, it's got a very different look to it than, yeah, very different look to it than that, which is nice. A unique sort of look. Cool. So we've made, let me see, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah, 4, well, 4 and a bit, steampunk structures. I've got, like, quite often, I'm sure it'll probably happen again before I get around to doing it. I have a very large steampunk airship. A a lot of people I know are waiting on me to do the tutorial for that. It is something that's on my to-do list, but it is a huge build. To do like a block for block for it is pretty difficult. So I'm trying to get around to doing that, but it's going to be very time consuming, very intensive. And I also don't want it to be like a 3.5 hour long video. So I've got to come up with some ways of speeding it up while still being useful, right? Because like I could just time lapse it, but that isn't going to show people how to make it. So I'm trying to find ways of showing it and then like how to do it, but editing it in a way that can be, if I can get it sub 1.5 hours, I think that will be an achievement. Sub an hour, I'd be extremely pleased. And if I could get it to half an hour, I might explode with giddiness. Okay, so we've done the egg copter, and I'm happy with that. We've done a 𝗙𝗢𝗜𝗏bot, so I'm not going to do 𝗙𝗢𝗏bot Mark 1 because we upgraded 𝗙𝗏bot Mark 2. I say upgraded. Is it really an upgrade? It's not really an upgrade, is it? I think I've used that word a few times now. We've upgraded this to this. You can't really upgrade sci-fi to steampunk. It's really a downgrade, if anything. Retrofitted. I think that's probably the best term would be retrofitted. we've taken it back in time a bit. I will share the steampunk builds on the Random Fandom Discord. Oh, Bruno says, sorry, I forgot to ask you, have you had a good day? I'm having a really nice day. Saturdays are always really fun for me. I recently have started doing streams regularly on a Saturday. Mostly because it's a day that I have free. It's a day that I feel really nice and relaxed on. I've got a lot of my stuff done from throughout the week. And I just really like engaging with you guys. I like talking to you all, coming up with ideas with you, explaining the sort of pitfalls that I've come across whilst doing design. And also just having it where you guys are able to watch me build and stuff. Because quite often, when you just see a screenshot of somebody's build, it doesn't really explain how to do it. So well, on these sorts of ones, maybe. But on this sort of anything this and up, you kind of like, what block did they use here? What block did they use there? It can be a little bit confusing. I will share these steampunk builds on the Random Fandom Discord as a thing that is exclusive to the Random Fandom members to be able to download. So if you're interested in getting your hands on them, then yes, you should join the Random Fandom Discord, because I probably won't put these up on my Ko-fi, at least not for a while. I'm not really doing steampunk at the moment. I'm doing sci-fi. This is literally because a community member wanted steampunk versions of the robots, and I thought, what better way of doing that than just streaming it? So that's what we've been doing. So yeah, if you don't want any of these, then yes, the Random Fandom Discord. I'm pretty sure the link is in the description. I'm 90% sure that the link is in the description. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. It's been... Oh, and plus somebody is at my door. It's been like an hour and a half of stream. I try and keep my streams under 2 hours to make sure that, you know, it doesn't get stale. However, if you are interested in watching more streams, then 𝗙𝗏𝗏 has just about started. I think he's just starting streaming about now over on his YouTube. You can find him by accessing my channel. Odds are, if you're subscribed to me, you're probably already subscribed to 𝗙𝗏𝗏 anyway, but it's youtube.com/𝗙𝗏𝗏, or one word. He is streaming on the We Build for Scar server today, I think. He might be building his build, so that might be extremely entertaining. I believe it's going to be a sci-fi Star Wars themed Good Times with Scar build, similar to my 𝗙𝗢𝗏𝗏𝗏. So yeah, if you're interested in that, then go and check out that. And thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic day. Don't forget, join the Random Fandom Discord. Tons of fun. And if you want to get access to a load of stuff slightly earlier than everybody else and just chill out with me, get invited to some really fun stuff that I do separately, then you should check out my Ko-fi page where you can become a member. And I think it's like a couple of dollars. It just helps fuel my stuff. We're going to open up a server possibly in the very near future for builders to be able to build stuff. And yeah, I'll see you next time.